Hi Broncos, this is Mrs. Reinhardt, Assistant Principal and Director of Guidance, wanting to talk to you a little bit today about the graduation pathways. As you're starting to select your courses for next year, it's really important that you understand what is required for you from the state in order to graduate. So, if we take a peek at this LSC graduation requirements reference sheet, it kind of breaks down the different requirements within the graduation pathways so that you can understand them. When we talk about the graduation pathways, we talk mostly about three boxes. Box 1, fulfilling the diploma requirements. Box 2, demonstrating employability skills. And Box 3, demonstrating post-secondary competencies. So for box number 1, you're probably pretty familiar with these terms. Box number 1 means that you have to meet all the requirements for whatever diploma designation you are working towards. So that could be Core 40, could be general, could be academic or tech honors, or it could be actually academic and tech honors. If you flip open your planning guide, you will see this sheet inside that talks to you specifically about the different diploma designations. I encourage you to refer back to this sheet as you're selecting your courses to make sure you're picking things that align with what diploma you're working towards. Box number 2 is employability skills. Now, we don't want you to worry too much about this box yet because we will work on this in advisory and help you understand the documentation that's necessary. I would encourage you to look at the Jefferson High School website as we have the documentation needed for employability skills. So if you want to get ahead and take a peek at that, you certainly can. But basically, you have to demonstrate employability skills in one of these areas: work-based learning, service-based learning, or project-based learning. Now, we've given you a couple examples of things that would fit within those categories, and there's certainly more that could be as well. So again, don't stress too much about this because we're going to work on this in advisory and we'll continue to talk about this as we move on. Now, box 3 is the post-secondary competencies. So this one's a little bit trickier. You guys are lucky in that you don't have to pass I-STEP. However, you do have to demonstrate your proficiency and your knowledge in one of these ways. So one would be earning the academic or tech honors diploma. Another way would be to meet the benchmark SAT scores, which are listed here, or the benchmark ACT scores, or the benchmark ASVAB score. Another option is earning a C average or higher in at least 2 non-duplicative advanced courses within a particular CTE pathway. Again, if you look back at your planning notes, you'll see here the different pathways that we have and what's available to you. So again, selecting courses that help you align with meeting box 3 can be very important for you in regards to graduation. These papers, this sheet, along with all the other graduation pathways information, again can be found at the Jefferson High School webpage under the Guidance tab, and you can see all the information that you need to know. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and have your counselor speak to you now a little bit about scheduling. Happy scheduling, Broncos!
Hello, class of 2023. This is Mr. Crum.
And Mrs. Johnson.
And we're here to talk to you about your scheduling for your junior year. So let me show you what your scheduling sheet is going to look like that you'll receive in your English class. I'm going to flip my screen. So here is the beginning of your class scheduling sheet. You want to make sure that you print your name legibly so we'll be able to see who you are. You also want to write down your counselor's name and your career interests. You'll also want to circle your intended high school diploma that you intend to complete. And once we get this sheet completely filled out and all of your classes circled or written in, you'll want to have that parent signature here at the top. Now first, let's start with these first 4 boxes, 1 through 4. And you'll see that you'll have an option between a few different English levels. Previously, you would have had English Academic and English Honors, but now in your 11th grade year, you have the option of this CP level. This stands for College Preparatory, and many of these, or all of these classes, will allow you to get into college, but the CP level will prepare you for a little more, or prepare you a little bit more for that college reading and writing. Moving down to your math, you'll need to make sure that you have all 3 math levels that are required for an Indiana high school diploma. That would be Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry. If you haven't taken all of those classes, whichever one you have left will be your next class. So after Algebra 1, you would take Algebra 2, and then Geometry. In the state of Indiana, you also have to have 3 science classes, one of those being biology, the other being some other Core 40 science like an earth science or zoology or anatomy and physiology. But you also have to have one of the following 3: chemistry, integrated chemistry and physics, or physics. So once you have all 3 of those classes completed, you can move on to another science, or maybe you can put in another elective down here where it says write in. As far as your high school social studies requirements, you'll need to take U.S. history, a full year. You can do that at the regular level, or you can take AP U.S. history if you'd like. Once you have all 4 of those completed or circled, you need to make sure that you have your core content area teacher sign off on your selection. So your English teacher can help you make that designation in English, and your math teacher can help you in math, science, and social studies. Now we're going to have Mrs. Johnson talk to you about the next 4 boxes and below.
Okay, so on the back of your scheduling sheet, you have a colorful side that has all of your elective options for next year. You'll want to make sure you look at that and decide which electives are important for you to take. Mrs. Reinhardt spoke to you about pathways. Part of the graduation pathways might include a CTE concentrator. So we want you to make sure that you are on the right path for that. Talk to your counselor about which classes you should take to help you complete a pathway. That way we can help you graduate. On your scheduling sheet on the front side, you'll want to make sure that you write in your electives in boxes 5 through 8. Okay? Now the one that you put in number 5 is going to be the one that's most important to you. You really want that one. Number 6 will be the second most important elective to you, and so on. Number 8, you might choose a study hall, or you might choose another elective if you do not want a study hall. And below that, there's spaces for alternate classes. You want to make sure that you fill those in for us, because if there's not room in the elective you chose, or maybe you didn't complete the prerequisites for that elective yet, then we need some other options for you. So you want to make sure that you fill in all 4 boxes if possible. Down at the very bottom, there's a spot about summer school. If you're considering summer school, we want you to put that down here so we can help you schedule your classes properly. This does not mean you're enrolled in summer school though. So in the spring, when you get lots of emails and you hear it on the announcements, you'll want to make sure that you get a summer school form and you complete it so we can actually enroll you in summer school. Now, something very important as part of your graduation requirements includes PE1, PE2, and health. So you need to make sure that you've completed those classes and earned those credits. If not, let's get those into your schedule. You also want to make sure that if you are considering the Career Academy, then you need to make sure that you get an application for the Greater Lafayette Career Academy and fill that out. You'll want to turn that back into us, okay? Some of the classes at the Career Academy might have prerequisites that you need to take first. So your counselor will help you figure out whether or not you're ready for the Career Academy. Some of them do not have prerequisites. I also want you to know about world languages. Some of you may already have been taking a world language, and some of you may not have been. If you are on track for an academic honors diploma, then you might have already been taking one. It can be a little bit confusing trying to figure out how many credits you need in a world language, okay? You need 6 credits of the same language, or you need 8 credits in 2 different languages for an academic honors diploma. So you might have taken 3 years of Chinese, or you could choose to take 2 years of French and 2 years of Spanish, or whichever combination you prefer. Another thing that's really important for you to know, especially as you're coming into your junior year, is that a lot of universities expect their students to have taken a world language before they can come to college. Even though the state of Indiana does not require that you take a world language, a lot of colleges and universities expect it of their new incoming students. So if you're considering going to a 4-year college, you really should consider putting a world language on your schedule this year, because you'll need 2 years of a world language in order to meet that requirement. This would be the year to start, junior year, senior year.
All right, everybody. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know. Hope you have a good day.
Bye.